I shaved myself for this video. I hope you appreciate it. This is my worst Italian accent. My normal voice has an Italian accent anyway, and I do hope you appreciate it. Let's get into the video. If you don't know about Italy more than the classical two things, pizza and pasta, you should learn a third one. The north is rich and the south is poor. It's like somebody has been drawing a line in the middle of Italy and decided that in the south, being so close to Africa, they do not deserve money. They are gonna be slaves, they are gonna be poor, and that's it. I know, it sounds like a joke. Maybe I'm sarcastic, maybe not. You will decide. Perhaps in other countries you complain about the difference in salary between men and women, but at least in Italy, by law, if you work in the same company at the same position, you're gonna earn the same salary. Instead, here in Italy, we complain about the difference in salary between the north and the south of Italy. And this difference was more evident in the past when... Wait, before telling you why Italians did come to America, I'd like to say thank you to my Patreons that they are covering the monthly expenses of my editing program, the background music, and the stock footage. Thank you also to Julia for suggesting me to make this video. Before Garibaldi united Italy in the 1860s, the south was occupied by the Bourbons. The Bourbons, they were mostly from Spain and they didn't care about the population there. These people, they were practically working for food in a land that wasn't theirs, and therefore it kept them poor. When Garibaldi united Italy, southern Italians, they hoped they were finally free from tyranny, but soon they realized that they were just under another invader. There was starvation. People didn't even have the money to buy flour, and women, they started scraping plaster from the walls, trying to make the flour for the bread go farther. The healthiest of the diets. This mess happened because the northern Italian government started to put taxes on everything. I'm gonna make a joke not farther from the truth, but the situation was like, if you have a tomato in your garden and the government was going to find out about it, they were going to put taxes on it. If you had anything during these crazy times, the only people you could tell to was your family. You couldn't trust the authorities, you could trust just your family. Decades later, the Italians that moved to America, they practically had it as a mantra. Authorities are the enemy. Only trust the family. I invented this sentence, but it's explaining very well what was the situation at the time. Imagine nowadays people shouting on the street, authorities are the enemy, only trust the family. You can definitely make people shout anything nowadays. People believe in things they do not understand. They don't get that this is the perfect sentence to build a criminal organization commonly known as Mafia. Anyway, around 1880 and 1900, 1 million Italians immigrated to America. The first Italians, they didn't go to New York as many people believe, but they went to New Orleans to work on the plantation of sugarcane. There were so many Italians in that area of New Orleans, let's call it ghetto, that some people started calling it Piccola Palermo, small Palermo. Palermo is probably the most beautiful city in Sicily. I made vlogs also over there. Go check them out. Thank you. The old American establishment didn't like the small Palermo. Some unkind things happened. I can cover them in another video. And on the newspapers in America started appearing the word Mafia. Around 1900 and 1924, 3 million Italians moved to the USA. Even if you were 13 years old, your goal was to go to America, make money and come back. Some people crossed the ocean even 9 times. In the USA, Italians, they were treated like shit, so they wanted to go there, make money and live. Imagine that to do this trip on a boat, it will take you 2 weeks, not 6 hours by plane like nowadays. Once arrived in New York, they were living one over the other in one room, jam-packed, and they were hired in the construction business where their bosses, they were stealing their wages. Practically they were slaves working for a few dollars, and lots of these people died and they left in Italy wife and children without a father. Being so far from their family, the first Italians that did make some money or that they did open a business, they finally invited their spouses to the USA. And they kinda stayed there until today. If we jump back during these times, like in New Orleans, in New York, these Italians, they created their own ecosystem, they were eating their own food, and they were speaking Italian. But because we live in a dumb world, this created lots of hate toward them. People just fear who is different, people are lazy, people do not even try to have a conversation with a person that has different political views on family, businesses, society, on anything. People avoid conflict, people they don't want to learn from each other. People are a shame for humanity currently. People have no empathy, people don't want to understand anything, people nowadays are a disappointment as they were during these sad years where hate created more hate and many ugly things happened. But if you'd love to create some love, come support me on Patreon and I will be forever grateful. Thank you so much for watching, keep reading and believe in your dreams. If you loved this video, if you found it interesting, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Thank you, ciao!